Hi, I'm Drew Schnekenburger, and I'm a CDS portrait of a grad. Coming to school, I look forward to playing sports, and like the athletic part of it, like morning practices, it's so much easier to get up in the morning. So for me, when sports became a thing, it made school a lot more enjoyable. Both Mr. Mullis and Mr. Young were great coaches. Different coaching styles. I think they're a great combination. You're able to start out in grade 9, 10, learning like the basics and the fundamentals of the CDS system, and then when you get into Mr. Malonis, it's hard, but it's good. And yeah, like especially with Quebec this year, I found he was way more of like a role model to me than a coach. And I was able to connect with him on that level a lot. So the story with the tracksuits is, it was a soccer tournament, and we're on the sides of the field, and all of us are in different clothes. We look very out of sorts compared to every other team. We kind of decided we need to look the same. We need to like represent ourselves more like a basketball team if we're going to be playing in a high-level basketball tournament. A friend of mine and I started to find out the logistics of it. We started to ask Mr. Anderson, Mr. Malonis, and also Miss Leacock was a great help with this. She helped us like with how to deliver it to the teachers. But then once we figured out the logistics of it, we were asking around. Miss Weening was the biggest help out of anyone, letting us use that Makerspace. It was really cool having everyone do their own tracksuit and own crest. So we had everyone go in and put their tracksuit on, and then we walked around, Miss Winnie and I, and taped on their crests and their numbers and made sure they liked it and they saw it on themselves first before we pressed it. Then they went over to the machine one by one and we pressed it and then gave it to them. And it was a really cool experience. And I found out CDS used to have soccer homecomings. So then I talked to her about that and how that went. And then I brought it up to Miss Bland. And Miss Bland was a great help with it. She really gave us the freedom to do like what we wanted, and she really believed in us to get it done. So me and the athletic leaders took it upon ourselves to really make it a great homecoming. It was a very broad idea because we didn't know what this homecoming would be, what we were allowed to do, any of that. So we spent most of our lunch times writing on the board ideas we can do and then pitching them to Miss Bland, and she would always let us do what we wanted, and it motivated us to want to continue like creating homecoming. I found spirit to be very important in the sports aspect of school because it ignites the team and it also creates a community behind it. It's good to see a crowd and it's good to see people caring about like the game and the sport, and you could tell on the players' faces. I mean, everyone was enjoying that game, especially on the bench. All of our players loved it. All of our players loved being in that atmosphere, and you could tell the difference. So we played that same team a week after in their gym, and you could tell it was a fully different game just because of the people we had in our gym and the atmosphere in our gym compared to theirs. Being recognized at graduation for leadership and contribution to school life was actually a really big surprise. I had no clue I was going to get an award, and then when I started to read through the awards, I was like, oh, a lot of these are about leadership and helping out around the school. Once I found the Saunas Award, I thought it kind of aligned with what I did this year, and then I was happy to find out my name got called when they were announcing it. So that was really cool.